Hey YouTubers, welcome back. We have a very exciting show for you today on one of my favorite subjects, health and fitness. I have a special guest. We're going to go over some health tips. For most of you that don't know me, I used to weigh 350 pounds and I can't wait to share my 16-year journey to finding my health and fitness. Stay tuned. Okay, YouTubers, we are back with my special guest, Katia, the founder of On the Move Fitness. Katia, say hi to YouTube.
Hey YouTube, what's up?
So, Katia was a very important part of my health and fitness journal. She is amazing. She was also featured in Powerlifting USA. Congratulations.
Not on the cover, but inside.
That's okay, it doesn't matter. Katia has been my trainer for the last 5 years now. She has come into my home. We have gone to several gyms together. She has taught me how to eat good. She has taught me how to do weight training, cardio training, use great form. And I think it's very, very important that everybody has a trainer in their life, especially if they're going down this health and fitness road. It has made such a huge difference for me in my life. I always joke because if I go to a gym and I'm by myself and I'm like looking at the clock and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go because I've been here for 30 minutes and everybody says 30 minutes a day. But when I'm with Katia, it is a full hour of an intense workout and you don't give up because she's behind you, motivating you, saying one more, you can do this. And I think that everybody needs that in their life. So I'm welcoming Katia today. We are going to pick her brain about some nutritional stuff and let's get talking. All right, Kat, give me some background on your journey here.
Well, my journey started when I was 15 in high school, and I started weight training then, and I consistently just continued it. And then by the time I was 27, I had gotten really sick. I was working with a family business, and they finally retired. So then I decided, well, what else do I like to do, or what else am I good at? So I found my niche in personal training.
Great. So you get clients that call you up and they're like, Kat, I need you. And do you do like an initial consult with them or
I do
how do you
consult, half assessment, half workout, so that way I can see what I'm working with.
Right.
So we work out the very first time, very first day.
Nice. And then you see what level they're at. And do you also give them tips on how to eat and, you know, that kind of stuff? And like where to go from here?
Well, they tell me their goals. They tell me their long-term goals, their short-term goals. I weigh them. I do their body fat with this monitor, body fat monitor. And this does their BMI too.
Right.
And we
keep
see
that on your side.
I show them I show them where they're at. And they're like, nowhere, and I need major work done. Most people, it's sad to say, but in this country, most people are obese. And obesity means just 25 pounds over what your weight should be, what your body mass index should be. So I tell them that, and it scares them. And it's not just the older generations, the baby boomers. It's the 40-year-olds too. And it's the 30-year-olds and 20-year-olds that are facing diabetes, heart disease, strokes. So I'm there to help them trim down.
Right. Awesome.
And lower their risk.
Right. And how important would you say the nutrition part of this? Because a lot of people are like, I can eat what I want because I'm just going to work out. Like, you know, do you find that the nutrition is even more important than the working out?
I used to say the same thing. I'm here every day at the gym. I work out every day. I can eat what I want. Well, as soon as I changed my attitude, I started talking to a couple of bodybuilders who actually really had to trim their bodies and they only have 4 months to do it. Then I started changing my tune and I started changing the way I ate. I watched my carbs, my carbohydrates. I increased my proteins, lowered my carbs, lowered my fats. And 16 pounds of body fat came slipping right off.
So needless to say, I'm going to stop drinking wine on the treadmill.
Yes. So no more sipping.
Awesome. Well, this is so great. So the other thing I wanted to pick Kat's brain about is so many people always ask me, like, what kind of protein, what kind of things do you eat, fats that are good, fats that are bad. You know, there's new diets that come out every day. Can you tell the viewers, like, what is in your eyes, what's the best diet to follow for the majority of people?
For the majority of people still want to eat. I figure out in 3 days, I tell them to keep a food journal for 3 days, and I try to keep everything simple, and then I start lowering the calories of what the average of those 3 days was. So usually I lower it about 500 calories because it's so high. People are having 3, 4, 5,000 calorie intake a day, where it should not be that. It should be under 2,000. So we're a person where if their average is 3,000 in those 3 days, and if I lower it 500 calories a day, they're guaranteed to lose some weight. Just the simple little changes like that.
Right, and that's without even adding in the workout.
Then you add the workout, increasing your muscle tone, which is going to make you burn more calories in a seated position, which is great, because when you have more than, people are walking around with 46% body fat. When they're seated, they're not burning any calories at all. And they don't have much muscle tone either. After 20 years old, every year you lose 1% of muscle. So after 20 years of graduating high school, you have 20 pounds of less muscle on your body. That's a lot. That's extreme. And then you fall down, especially the elderly that have no muscle. Or when I am working your muscles, we're working your bones too. So we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So that way, and especially the elderly who don't work out, and it should, everybody should, no matter what age. I've trained from 8 years old all the way to 86 years old. That the biggest thing is their falls. And when they fall, they have no muscle and they break their bones, usually the hip. And that's where it all starts.
Not the hip. Okay, my last question before we're going to go to some demo. What's your take on everybody you see anymore is like, carbs are the enemy, no carbs this, no carbs that. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel that good carbs should be a part of your diet?
Absolutely, absolutely. I have all 3 in my diet. Carbohydrates give you your energy. It's your fuel. And the protein, after you work out, builds your muscle back up. So how about we have the carbohydrates for breakfast and lunch, and then we have the high protein and salad, and also fibrous foods during the day, fruits and vegetables, at nighttime. How about that? So that way, if you do it my way, if you have it for breakfast and lunch, because most people are missing breakfast, by the time they make it to lunch, they're starving and they start binging, and they're like, and what's around you at work? Just fast food places, which is all filled with carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are cheap.
Right.
That's what it is. That's why I came up with Weight Shapers. It's high protein, low fats, and low carbs. So by the time dinner comes, you're not going to want the spaghetti. You're not going to want the nachos, because you already had your carbs.
Right. But there is a difference too between like good carbs and bad carbs. We're not saying, you're not saying start your morning with a loaf of white bread. I mean, that's not what you're,
absolutely. There's complex and there's simple carbs. And I explain this to everybody. And it's not just a consultation. That's why I don't just do free consultations, because we're consulting every time we're together. You're going to have questions.
Right.
And I'm going to make it simple for you. So where you do see results and you stick with your routine and you start feeling really good about yourself. And that's what it's all about. You want to feel sexy in your own skin.
Right. Exactly. I feel sexy.
You don't want to be the girl, walking around on the beach with jeans on and a sweater on, and it's June now because you didn't do what you were supposed to do in January.
That's right. Kat says beach bodies are made in the winter.
And don't call me in June for your beach body. June 21st is the first day of summer, It's too late. What were you doing all winter?
Right. So I just want to touch really quick again on Weight Shapers. This is something that Kat came up with. She actually prepares meals for you. So if you're at a loss of what you should do, measuring wise, this amount of this, she has it all figured out for you. The cost is ridiculously good and the food is amazing. I've tested it out. My mom has tested it out. It's wonderful. So she does at-home training right to your home. She'll cook your meals for you. It's all in one.
I can't do any more than that.
That's right. The rest is on you. Okay, so we are going to go to a demo of an in-house training session. For all of the info that I have on here today, you can go on my blog and check it all out, and maybe even hire Katia to be your next personal trainer. Okay, stay tuned. Demo time. Okay, welcome back. We are at the demo portion of our show. Katia is here to show you what tools she brings to your house and how she starts you off with a workout. So Katia, take it away.
Thanks, Tara. So first I show up at the house with a ball, a mat, and a pair of dumbbells. And I tell them that they need to supply to have these items every time I come. I can buy them for them, or they can go to the store themselves.
Perfect.
So I start with a Swiss ball, balance ball, and I tell them that we can do a whole workout just with this ball.
I love this ball.
We can use this ball as a bench, right? And we can also use it as a big thing that came out was core, for a core workout. So then I tell them that I start to assess the situation in their house, and I said, okay, well, we can use this door here to do some wall squats. And I put the ball like this. and a simple squat with no weights right now.
And what does this work? Tell me it's the glutes. I always want great glutes.
This does the whole lower body, the quads, hamstrings, your hammies, and your glutes. The further
Nice.
down you go, the more you benefit from the squat because your glutes are firing.
So tell us how important it is to have good form. Good form, is it better for the workout? Like why people should have good form?
Well, the main reason is so you're injury free. You can't work out if you have an injury and then
True.
you're out for 2 to 6 months.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to show you perfect form on every single exercise and every single hour that we're together, the whole time I'm looking at your form because I'm really big on that.
Right. She'll always say to me, even after 5 years, that's not the form, Tara. You're not doing the form right. So form is super important.
Yeah, and the way you get on the ball is the way you get off the ball and then back on very gracefully. Everything is done gracefully when you work out. That way you don't get hurt,
Awesome.
no matter what the weight is.
Cool.
So then we're going to go up to upper body, and I usually tell them to do it on the ball too because you're doing your core. So we work out about 12 major muscle groups, but there's over 663 muscles in the body. When you're on a ball, you're using all your other stabilizer muscles and your tendons and ligaments are working instead of just isolation exercises on a bench. And that way you get more than 12 muscles. Because the ball is round. You're squeezing your whole body just to stay on the ball because you don't want to fall and you're scared. So then I just do some chest presses with them like this, or some chest flies.
Yes.
I call this the chest trio. And then we drop one. Just keep staying on the ball. I usually hold the ball at first from in the beginning. And then we do some pullovers, come back, and do about 3 to 5 sets with those, working up to 3 to 5 sets. And then we do some shoulders, staying on the ball.
Right, and this is basically with 3 items, a ball and 2 dumbbells. You've done, at least a 20-minute workout so far?
So far, yeah. It could be a half hour.
Right, absolutely.
And then you can do some curls, some arms, and then drop one. Do some tricep overhead extensions. So nobody gets some chicken wings or bat wings. That's a no-no if you're with me. If you're my client, you will not end up with that because we're going to do a lot of triceps.
Nice.
Then we come on up and we can do some back exercises like bent over rows. This exercise here that I'm showing you has been around for over 50 years, and there's a reason for that. Because it works.
Right. If it works, you use it.
That's right. Let me be the guinea pig for everything. I know it works. I've been doing it a long time.
Nice.
And I can show you all the shortcuts.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Katia, for our demo. And if you want more information on Katia Pareto on the Move Fitness, please visit my blog, contact her. Listen, if you try her for one session, I'm sure you'll be hooked for life, just like me. So thank you again for coming and demo. Yes. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my show for future episodes. Thank you.